Right then, let's see how you got on today with these standard form past paper questions. So the first lot were where I asked you to write numbers that weren't in standard form in standard form. So if I start by doing let's have a look. Let's put hundreds. So we have 10 to the 0, 10 to the 1, 10 squared, 10 cubed, 10 to the 4, 10 to the 5, 10 to the 6, 10 to the 7, 10 to the 8. Don't think there's any up there that are bigger than that. So let's do A. So A, if I write that into this grid, I've got 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by a 4. So that is going to be 4 times 10 to the power of 4. B, 0, 0, 6, 5. So it's going to be times 10 to the power of 3. It's 5 times 10 to the power of 3, but it's got this extra bit, so it'll be 5.6 times 10 to the power of 3. C, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 4. So the 4 is in the 10 to the 7 column. So it's going to be 4 times 10 to the 7, but it's not 4 because it's got this smaller part to it. 4.12 times 10 to the 7. I'll leave these small numbers for a second and I'll jump to G because G is a big number as well. Okay, now G looks as if it's already in standard form because it's already got the times 10 bit. But if you remember from the examples that I did, the format for standard form, the standard bit of it, is that that number has to be between 1 and 10, and it's not. So 19 lots of 10 to the power of 3, I'll just extend that column down, 19 lots of that is actually, rather than the leading number being times 10 to the 3, which would be if it was 9 times 10 to the 3, this is 19 lots of 10 to the 3, which is the same as 1 in the 10 to the 4, 1.9 times 10 to the 4. So A, B, C, G are with the numbers that side. So then if I do my grid for the smaller numbers, there's my decimal point, and then I've got 10 to the negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. God, how many have I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0.003 D, we'd have 0.003. So that one is 3 times 10 to the minus 3. So done D. E is the bonkers one. So E is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 zeros and an 8. So that's going to be 8 times 10 to the minus 9. Then I got this one, which is F. So that's going to be 0.000456. So it'll be 4 times 10 to the minus 4, but with the extra bit 4.56 times 10 to the minus 4. And then finally H is another one where it's not, oops, sorry, where h is not in standard form. That's not a number between 1 and 10. So what I've got is 0.2 times 10 to the minus 2. So if I just cascade that down so we can see what we're doing. So it's going to be 0.2 times 10 to the minus 2. So 0.2 times 10 to the minus 2 is the same as 2 times 10 to the minus 3. Okay, and we looked at a couple of questions in my examples which were like that one. Okay, so you need to be a little bit careful to spot, because it looks at first glance, well, it's already in standard form, but that's not between 1 and 9, that's not between 1 and 9. 1 and 10, sorry. Question 2, right, each of the following is ordinary numbers. Okay, so we're going the other way now, and I should be able to fit this all into the same grid. So if I put my decimal point there, 10 to the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on this side I'm going 10 minus 1, 10 minus 2, 10 minus 3, 10 minus 4, 10 minus 5. Okay, A. 5.9 lots of 10 to the 3. So the 5 is in the 10 to the 3, the 9, 0, 0. So that number is 5,900. B. 6.1 times 10 to the minus 4 means the 6 is in the times 10 to the minus 4 column. The 1 is there. There's the decimal point. So I have to fill in those numbers in order to keep the place value. We don't need to put the 0 there, but usually when we talk about a decimal number, we do put that in. And then C, 2.56 times 10 to the 6. So the 2 is in the 10 to the 6 column. The 5, 6, fill up the 5 and 4. So then I've got the 3, 2, 1, 0 column. So 2.56 times 10 to the 6 is 2,560,000. There's the decimal point. So if you watch the examples, they should have been really, really straightforward things to do. Question 3, evaluate the following. So let's get my grid going. So my decimal point is there, 10 to the 0, 10 to the 1, 10 squared, 10 cubed, 10 to the 4, 10 to the 5. So I got 9.2 times 10 to the 5. Take away 3 times 10 to the 4. 0, 0, 0, 0. Can't take 3 from 2. So I borrow from there. 3 from 12 is 9. 0 from 8 is 8. So it's 890,000, but we need it in standard form. So that's going to be 8.9 times 10 to the power of 5. And then the second one is going up to 8 and 9. Oh god, it's bigger again. So let's pop my decimal point there. 10 to the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got 5 times 10 to the 8. .8 times 10 to the 9. And I'm going to add these babies together. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5 and 8, 13. 3 down, carry 1. 6 and 1 is 7. So it's going to be 7 times 10 to the 9, but it's not, because we've got the 0.3 bit on the end. So 7.3 times 10 to the power of 9. And then the final question. So press on here. So the first one, 2.5 times 10 to the 8 times 8 times 10 to the 3. So we do the 2.5 times 8 times 10, and then we're going to add these powers together. 2.5 times 8, I'll just do over here. 5 8s are 40, 2 8s is 16, and 4 is 20. Now if that was 2 lots of 8, it would be 16. If it was 3 lots of 8, it would be 24. So clearly the decimal point has to go there. So we've got 20 times 10 to the 11. But we know that that's not in standard form. And if we look back to the question A, question 1G, when we've got 19 times 10 to the 3, that's the same as 1.9 times 10 to the 4. It goes into the next column up. So 20 times 10 to the 11 is going to be the same as 2 times 10 to the 12. Okay? B. 6.3 times 10 to the 12 all over 3 times 10 to the minus 6. So we're going to do 6.3 divided by 3 times 10 to the 12, and then here we're subtracting because we're dividing, and that's already a negative number down there, so we've got to subtract minus 6. 6.3 divided by 3. 3 goes into 6 twice, no remainder. 3 goes into 3 once. So that's going to become 2.1 times 10, and then this minus minus makes a plus. 12 plus 6 is 18. So that's my answer to A. That's my answer to B. And then part C, 1.44 times 10 to the 7 divided by 1.2 times 10 to the 9. So it's a divide, so it's going to be exactly the same as the way that we did that one there. So we've got to do 1.2 into 1.44. Well, 1.2, 12 goes into 144 12 times. So let's have a think. So 1.2 divided by the easiest way to do this is to get rid of the decimal there. So if you times that by 10, you've got to times that by 10 as well, which means you're doing 12 into 14.4. So 12 goes into 14 once, remainder 2. 12 goes into 24 twice, no remainder. So this is going to be 1.2 times 10 to the power of 7 take away 9. Because we're dividing, the bases are the same, we subtract. So that's going to be 1.2 times 10, 7 take away 9 is minus 2. That's in standard form, so that's my final answer. So that's it. Those are questions on standard form that are likely to come up on a paper 1, so a non-calculator number paper. So I hope you found those alright. That's it, back to class on Monday. Woohoo!